Hey YouTube, Jay Green 302. I want to do a recap, things I've learned, and some final thoughts, and then I'm going to put this solar thing to bed. I started this project a week ago. I've learned what I've set out to learn. I've spent my money, and in the process, I made some videos, and I shared everything, every step of the way with everybody. Learn from the money that I spent, learn from my approach, look at what I did. Take from it what you can. If it helps you, great. If it's not down the lines that you're thinking, no problem. If it's not built the way you would build it, okay. I built this for me. I built this for a very specific set of parameters that I defined, and I spent a lot of time thinking about those parameters. And I built it. And based on the numbers that I am now taking in, I know that I've hit my mark, and I've actually exceeded it a little bit. And it only cost me twice my planned projected cost. I wanted to go no more than $500, and I wanted a very simple and basic system. It wound up being about $1,000. Maybe a little under that, but in general, you know, with all the cabling and the little things that I did, okay. So my parameters were lights. From my point of view, and from my way of thinking, and from some very interesting TED Talks and some other discussions, the value of lights to allow me to be productive for a longer period of time under bad conditions is priceless. The ability to operate a scanner when the power is out and nobody else can, priceless. If we're in a shit hits the fan scenario and it lasts more than a month and you've got a handheld scanner and you've burned through all your batteries and then you don't have a scanner anymore, you're screwed. That's assuming that the scanner is even picking up what you need, but you see my point. Regular batteries that cannot be recharged are used, and then you're done. Rechargeable batteries, the ability to generate and store more power for continued use indefinitely, was what I was paying for, and now I have it. So between LED lighting, the ability to store and charge batteries and do these things, it gives me unlimited operational capability with it. This, like I said, is what I was after. Now that I've reached this point, I think through it, and the key factors that nobody else talks about is load balancing. I have sized the batteries to the wattages of the panels and to my load. It's a three-part equation. It's just like the voltage math. Your watts equals your amps times your voltage. Well, your solar system has three major components. How much energy do you take in? How much can you store? And how much do you use? It's really an old calculus problem. If you have a swimming pool and you have one pipe pumping water in at this rate and two pipes pumping water out at different rates, will the swimming pool fill up, go dry, or stay even? It's actually a calculus problem. In common sense reality, it's very simple. My panels are producing in excess of 7 amps and 100 watts. Look at any battery charger. You generally have two settings. Would you like to charge 2 amps or would you like to charge 6 amps? And you charge your battery based on whether or not you're in a hurry or not. I've got 7 amps of charging capability. So I've got the equivalent of every day having a battery charger to charge batteries. Perfect. So as long as the sun shines, great. That's not all, though. You have cloudy days. As I've said through this project, I've had 7 hours up until today. I had 7 hours of direct sunlight on those panels. You have to plan for that, so you have to add in margins. It is more important to consider those balances than it is to consider the gear. I can make pretty much any panel work. I might have to get more, I might have to do something here. I can make any battery work. I can make any inverter basically work. I can at least run lights with the cheapest inverter, a shoddy-ass battery, and a $17 charge controller and the crappiest panels you've ever seen. I may have to use that light very sparingly, but I can make it work. So the balance is the key here. It's not the gear. It's the balance. And if you focus on that balance and you take the time to pay attention to what you're doing and to understand the rules that you have this amount, you designed it for this amount. Don't go putting the blenders and all this other crap and all this creature comfort stuff on and go, I don't understand why my batteries are dead, and why it took 3 days for them to charge, and blah blah blah. Stupid as stupid does. This is the part that isn't talked about in most of the videos, and this is the part that became blatantly evident as I worked on this project. I have yet to really dent these batteries, and I've actually made an attempt to try, and that surprised me. 3 cheap Walmart batteries. Amazing. Absolutely, unequivocally amazing. And now that I understand how all these components work, I can do it again. If shit gets really, really bad and somebody's got panels up on their house and they've been shot and killed and their house has been looted and nobody wanted to climb up there and get them, I can go take 3 panels. I can go and find an abandoned car and I can start stealing the batteries and the cabling out of the cars. As long as I got a charge controller and some wiring and an inverter, I can actually go and get the equipment and put it to use. Fantastic. The knowledge, even if all my gear goes away, if I can scavenge the right components and the parts, I can go and build everything I built today. I now know what to look for. I now know what I need, and I understand the interrelations between these components. And I guess that's the point that I wanted to make on this video. If I made no other point, you can buy the best gun in the world. You can buy all the ammo you can think of. You can buy gear. It's stuff that is purchased with $1. Whoop-de-doo. What happens when your gear is taken away? This is the best investment humanly possible that you can make to prepare. I spent $1,000 to get this right. The gear just happens to be a bonus. When the shit hits the fan, it could be the nuclear power plant went up. You got about 30 minutes to grab your shit and get the hell out of Dodge before you get sick and die. What good is all that ammunition? What good is all that gear? I mean, you can take some of it with you, but let's be honest. You don't know what the hell you're planning for. Neither do I. But this stays with me. Think about that. Invest in your own knowledge. The more you have in your head, you can always take with you. Doesn't take up any space. There is no weight. And it could be the most valuable thing you have in your possession. And if you haven't taken the time to prep for that, it's just gear. It's been a fantastic learning week. I'm very pleased. Can't wait till the scanner comes in. Time to shift gears. Hope you all have enjoyed this series. Thanks for watching.